So I'm Bill Vencil, and this is Chords of Orion. It's all about ambient guitar here, and I recently posted a video in which I talked about how I'm ripping apart my basement to redo the studio that I've had down here for the last 10, 12, 13 years, however long it's been. I'm part of the way there in terms of the redo, and I wanted to give you a progress report. As you can see, I've got behind me a pretty sweet studio desk, and I've got new studio monitors. Atom Audio A8H, and that's what these bad boys are. And I have to tell you, they sound fantastic. What they replaced were about a 15-year-old pair of M Audio BX8 studio monitors. And I've recorded, 13 albums with those monitors. Shot and posted hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos with those monitor speakers, and I've really enjoyed using them over the years. But these guys are definitely a few notches up from the M Audios. All right, so let's talk about the studio desk itself. I'll give you a clear shot of it here. It's an Argosy Halo desk, and I gotta tell you, it was not cheap. I gagged a little bit before I decided to purchase this, and I'm really happy I did purchase it. It's been pretty amazing to work on this desk so far over the last week or week and a half. So as you can see, what's going on here is it's got a flat surface with the kind of the angled sides that kind of wrap around you a little bit, which is really great. And it's got two built-in racks. So on the left rack, what I've got going on are really, from top to bottom, are really old Yamaha DG1000 guitar preamp. This unit was actually owned by Alan Holdsworth back in the day. I bought it from a very good friend of his. Below that, I've got my venerable Avid 11 rack, which I do not use very much, but I'm not ready to part ways with it just yet. I feel like it's got a couple of more songs in it. Yeah. And then below the 11 rack, I've got my Art Pro MPA2 tube mic preamp. Really enjoy that. This is what this voiceover here is actually running through. And of course, below that, I've got my Focusrite Claret interface. That's my main audio interface. And then at the very bottom is a power supply. On the other side, it's pretty empty. I've got a shelf for keeping goodies. You'll see a Focusrite Scarlett interface there that's not plugged in right now. It's my spare. But below that, I've got an old Delta Labs rack mount delay unit that I used to use back in the old band that I played in. Again, I don't use it very often, but I'm not quite ready to get rid of it yet. And another power supply underneath. Having all of these rack mount units within easy reach like they are has been eye-opening and kind of game-changing for me to just have easy access to all of the units and all of the controls. So I'm really excited to use them more and more and maybe add a little bit more to that right-hand rack. We'll see. So let's talk the studio space itself. It is not done yet. I'm going to give you kind of a panorama of what it looks like in the context of my basement. As you can see, surrounding this island of audio goodness is a lot of junk still. Believe it or not, I've cleaned out a lot of what's going on in the basement. But in order to make room for this new space, I had to move a lot of stuff actually behind you, where you're situated right now. I am and will continue to go through all of that. It's either going to go on a shelf, it's either going to be given away, or it's going to go on eBay, and I'll get rid of a lot of extraneous things. So you might be thinking, well, Bill, where are all the walls in this studio? And that's a great question. I have elected not to build out walls like, drywall partitioning or anything like that. And so what I've elected to do is use lightweight partitioning. So behind me, what you see is actually a photography backdrop. It's the one that I've used on hundreds of Chords of Orion videos. So that's in the back there now. I'll be decorating it a little bit. I've got a cool acoustic panel coming with some artwork on it I'm really excited about. On the sides here, right now they're open, but I will be getting backdrops for them. And in addition, I'm going to be installing some movable acoustic treatment. Think the old school studio gobos, which were movable pieces of acoustic treatment. So wherever the musician was recording, you could just move acoustic treatment around them to get a good recorded tone. So that's coming in the next few weeks. So that's where I am right now in the proceedings. I'm super excited. I've been spending a lot of time down here over the last week just listening to music, in particular to get acclimated to the new Atom audio monitors. So I'll be shooting video down here in the new space. There will be some breaks coming up over the next few weeks or so. I mentioned that I'm having some surgery done. It's not crazy, risky, or dangerous or anything like that, but it's going to take me out of commission for maybe a week and a half or something like that. Before I get to that point, I'm going to try and get a few videos in just to keep things moving ahead here, and then I'll be picking up as we get in towards the end of the year. I'll also keep you guys abreast of what's going on with the studio so you can see how it kind of changes and fleshes out as I get more things sorted and more things installed. So I've got a playlist here of ambient guitar recording techniques. Hope you'll check it out. I'll see all of you on the next video.